utmost importance.
Beyond.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, let's give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
We give double honor to the apostles of greatness who have do well. Salutations to the men of the hope and sincere led. Alright, see brothers out here from the Trinidad camp, see Brother Calab, Mataza, Lamar, Kwam, Matanaya, and Hawal. And we out here through Spirit to do an edification and an exhorting for the elect's sake. Alright, and the name of this lesson will be entitled The Hot Seat. And when you look at the definition of hot seat, it says the position of carrying full responsibility for something important. And you know, this work that we do, this is important work. This is serious work, this is important work. But sometimes when situations arouse or arise, brothers will say, you know what, I'm glad I'm not the apostle, so that the apostle could deal with this, or glad I'm not an elder, they could deal with it, or glad I'm not a camp leader, because the camp leader had to deal with this, brother, a lot laid on your plate, so you deal with this. So in a sense, you taking it upon yourself that you don't have much to do. That all you wait on the men who in the leader position. But that is not true. That is not true. Because guess what? We all in the hot seat. Because according to the hot seat, the position of carrying full responsibility for something important. Somebody read from 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 2.
2 Timothy chapter 2.
One of my voice when they read it, because I
2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 2, it says, and the things that, I now look good for this. It says, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same cometh thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also.
Right. So, when you learn, you're teaching so that the men that you teach could also teach. Alright? So you have a responsibility to the house of the Lord. You have a responsibility to, just like when you go into the wilderness, when they was building up the tabernacle, it had priests that were responsible for folding the curtains. It had priests that were responsible for carrying the Ark of the Covenant. It had priests that were responsible for dealing with the wares. It had priests that were responsible for the daily sacrifices. Alright? So it had priests for each thing. So each priest was responsible. All the priests was the same way, Aaron, he's the high priest, so sorry, you had to do it. Now, they all had their part to play. They all had their part to play. So we all in the hot seat, meaning we all have to be accountable for what we do concerning the Lord's work. Amen. Go ahead.
This is the book of Galatians chapter 6. Galatians chapter 6 verse 2. It says, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Hamashiach.
Right, so it says, bear ye one another's burdens. Now when you're building a house, alright, now you have the walls, but then at every 9 to 10 feet you will have a column. When you're building a concrete house, every 9 to 10 feet you will have a column. The column would actually take more weight than the wall would hold. But they all play a part in holding the roof up. They all play a part in holding the house together. Just one part might play a more important role, because as the scripture said in the scripture in 1 Corinthians, that the eye can't see because they are not the eye, they are not part of the body. I think it's in 1 Corinthians 14, if I'm not mistaken.
That's how they can phone. Yeah, different members.
Yeah. I think it's 1 Corinthians I don't know that scripture real quick.
Chain is as strong as its weakest link.
Yeah, can the chain is strong as its weakest link. But we say that because the eye, you're not part of the body, all right? We can't be, it's not be, all right, go ahead, and I'm going to explain after.
It says 1 Corinthians 12 verse 19, verse 18, it says, but now have the Most High set members, every one of them in the body as it had pleased them, and if they were all one member, where were the body?
Exactly. So the Lord set up different members of one body. Because 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16 all the way down, it says what? Know you not that ye are the member of the Lord? Exactly. You know what I mean? Understand? Because guess what? The house will be strong and a roof to shelter the wind. But the goods in the house, who more responsible for protecting the goods in the house than the door? So the walls can't boast against the door and say, no, I'm the wall, so I'm more stronger than you. Because without the door, the goods will be taken. So the scripture says, boast not against, let me read that real quick. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 18. Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the rootee. So Yahushua is the house. So you ain't bearing the root bearing you. So you can't boast against the door, you can't boast against the columns, you can't boast against nobody in the truth. We all in the hot seat. We all make up the house. So everybody has to take up their role responsibly as being part of the truth. You can't say, well, that is the camp, that's so the apostles ain't looking at me. I could do whatever I want. You know that in scriptures now, such as the wicked man say, the Lord would remember me in the multitude of all his creations. Alright? As in Sirach, he said the Lord would remember me in all the multitude of his creations. So basically you believe that you could just do whatever you want. No, you can't do whatever you want. You're still responsible for maintaining the Lord's house. Because the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Shai, put you in that position. At the end of the day, you have to give an account for what you did in the Lord's house with the Lord's work. So therefore, we are all in the hot seat. Now, just too much precepts coming up and not even finish yet. Finish. You finish Galatians, right? You finish. Yeah.
Verse 19, it says,
you will go ahead and then you will finish.
It says, but now are they, verse 20, it says, but now are they many members, yet one body, and the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the foot, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body, which seem to be more feeble and necessary.
Unnecessary. The door necessary. Because the door allows passage in and out, and the door also keeps the teeth out. Go ahead.
And those members of the body which tend to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor.
Exactly. Upon these we bestow more abundant honor. Because when the whole structure built up and you bring all the goods inside, the thing that you thought that didn't have unnecessary use, that is what protecting the goods. The door. The door. Because guess what? When the thief come in, then they're going to say the door wasn't good. So the door also be responsible for what's going on in the affairs of the house. Meaning that even the least member in the truth is responsible for building up the Lord's house. Alright? Read where I have quick and then you'll go back.
1 Corinthians 4:7, it says, for who maketh thee to differ from another? And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if thou hast not received? But I say, who maketh thee to differ from another? Understand? Because all of us have this same word. The scripture said, talk about the talents. Too much that is given, much that we need. But still, it said, even him, he take it away that talent, roughly paraphrase it. You know, so you have to, you can't hide the talent, whatever the case, you have a responsibility when you're out here doing the books and the new side.
Back in Galatians chapter 6, continuing at verse 3, it says, for if a man think himself to be something, when he is not in, he deceiveth himself. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and
Prove
not
his own work and have rejoicing in himself alone. And have rejoicing in himself alone.
and not in
But
another.
Paul said, what it is joy, are not ye in the Lord? Why Paul say his joy is you in the Lord? Because why? Each member have to do their own work. Well,
And not in himself alone, and not in another. For every man shall
and not in another. So you guess what? You have to do your part. You have to do your part. Because you also in the hot seat. Yahweh Shai gonna come to you and say, you know, what you did with the time that you spent in the truth. Despite the scripture said in 1 and 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 2, that the scripture said that Paul said he had to present each of you blameless as a chaste virgin till Mashiach, which the apostles have to do. But after he present those chaste virgins, the Lord coming to them chaste virgins and said, sorry, so what you did? What you did? What you did with the time in this truth? What you did for me? Alright? What you did for me? Because the Lord said, we're all going to stand before the judgment seat. Well,
Verse 5. For every man shall bear his own burden.
God, every man shall bear his own burden. Give me Luke.
16.
Okay. From 16 and 1. All the way down to 8.
This is Luke chapter 16 and verse 1.
What your man does.
It says, and he said also unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man which had a steward, and the same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods.
God. So the apostles did their part. And the elders did their part. And the campaigners did their part. But because you believe that the Lord only gonna take account of those men, you just laid back and did nothing. You were just satisfied with holding posts and holding up signs. You were just satisfied with doing mediocre work in the truth. And feel that you could just get by riding somebody else's wave. It don't work like that. Because the Lord gonna say waste his goods. Go ahead.
And he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship.
Now when you look at the word steward, it means a manager, superintendent, whether freeborn or as usually the case of a free man or slave, to whom the head of the house or proprietor has entrusted the management of his affairs. So Yahushai, who is the head of your house, he entrusted the management of his affairs to us, from the apostles all the way down. And the care of receipts and expenditure and the duty of dealing out the proper portion of every servant, even the children not yet of age. And we were once all children not yet of age. So therefore, every video we do is to edify a child that is not yet of age. Because we don't know who viewing. If you have one subscriber on your page, and you say, well, you know, because I don't have any subscribers, I wouldn't do videos. Or because I only have one subscriber, I wouldn't do videos. Guess what? That one subscriber is your one responsibility. And it is your responsibility to edify and to feed that one lamb. As the Lord said in John, feed my lamb, feed my sheep. Now, if because you have one subscriber on your page, and you lose all zeal to do the videos, to do the edifications, to sell them epistles, and you stop doing videos, guess what? You're not dealing with the Lord's house responsibly. Because you're not taking care of the management and the affairs that the Lord laid upon you. So now the Lord wants an account of your stewardship. What you did while you was in the truth. Hold signs. Are you satisfied going out and just holding signs? Are you satisfied with just doing video because our brother called you to do a video? Are you satisfied with just, just being there, just to take up space on the highways and byways? Guess what? Habakkuk was one chapter, but when he wrote that one chapter, he went into it. You know what I mean? Obadiah. Right? He went into it. Tawada. You understand? So when it's time for you to run with the torch, run with it zealously. Because we are all in the hot seat. It is not, the spotlight is not on the apostles and the elders and the camp leaders alone. It is on all 144,000. It is on all. You don't know the responsibility that the Lord laid upon you. The scripture said, neglect not the gift that is within thee by the laying of the hand of the presbytery. Go ahead. Yes,
Says-
Yeah,
go ahead quick and then you will continue. Quick.
yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Matthew 7 verse 21. It says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Come. You understand? But he that doeth the will. He that doeth the will. You understand? Whether
Says, and he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no longer steward. Then the steward
so
said,
the Lord say, you're going to take away your candlestick. Because it wasn't being zealous. You left your first love. Go ahead.
Then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig to beg. I cannot dig to beg. I am ashamed.
Go ahead.
I am resolved what to do, that when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me in their houses. So he called every one of his Lord's debtors unto him, and unto the first, how much owest thou unto my Lord? And he said, 100 measures of oil. And he said unto him, take thy bill and sit down quickly, and write 50. And then said he to another, and how much thou owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him, take thy bill and write 4 scores. And the Lord commanded the unjust steward, because he
Commanded
had
him.
And the Lord commended the unjust steward, because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light.
Alright. So what the unjust steward did, when he realized that the Lord was unpleased with what he was doing, when the Lord wasn't pleased with what he was doing, he went out and did the work. He went out and brought in the Lord's money. Bringing in the Lord's money means what? You're waking up the elect, going out and preaching this word and waking up the elect. Alright? So don't squander the Lord's money. Alright? Because we all in the hot seat. It's not just the apostles. If it was just about the apostles, then the Lord said, don't need you. Then you're just taking up space. Guess what? The Lord do not need you if you're just here and doing nothing. You're not here to make up numbers. The scriptures say a few men. The Lord is about a few good men. So as long as you've been called, as long as you've been chosen, as long as you've been preordained, you are in the hot seat. And then therefore, you have to go out and preach, and you have to do it all zealously. You have to do this thing like Because your life depends upon it. Because you are in the hot seat. Bring one. That's it.
This is Matthew 13, verse 11. It says, He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever...
Come. And that is why you're in the hot seat, because it was given unto you to know the mysteries. So from the time you know the mysteries, what the scripture said, it was better that you didn't know. Because if you know and reject this knowledge, then guess what? Your end is going to be worse than the beginning. So from the time receiving this knowledge, you're in the hot seat. And being in the hot seat means that you have responsibility over the Lord's house to go out and teach and edify and raise up the elect.
So just say that.
Talk about that.
Now that's the thing, for you to report to another God, what exactly it says. Say he that do it and will it not shall be.
Yeah, can't do it.
The book of Luke chapter 12 and verse 45, it says, But if that servant say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
Yeah, so you know the Lord's will. You know the Lord wanted to go out and preach this word. But you ain't do it because you're being lazy and you say, well, you know what, the apostles and the elders and campaigners, they had a responsibility. So, they could go, but guess what? They have responsibility for you, but you have responsibility for those that have beneath you. You have responsibility for those that haven't been woken up yet. You have responsibility over the 1/3. Go ahead.
Verse 48, it says, But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more.
Come. You understand? So the Lord, Yahweh Shai, coming to you to ask what you did with his stewardship. Alright? In the time the scripture said, somebody give us 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse, I believe it's verse 1.
1.
2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1, it says, I charge you therefore, preach the word.
You can read it 1 and 2. You really want to talk.
It says, I charge you therefore before the Most High and the Lord Yahweh Shai, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing.
Who shall what? Judge the quick and the dead. The dead is them that don't know. The quick is them that know, because when you go into the word quick, go back to quicken, which means them that were brought to life. So the Lord coming to judge the quick and the dead. So the quick have to give an account of what it did while the Lord gave them life. What you did you give this knowledge to others? Did you pass on this knowledge? Or did you just fold your hands? Well,
It says, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word, the instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort, all long suffering and doctrine.
can you understand? Preach the word in season, in season and out of season. So you have to be constant with this. You have to be constant with this. You can't take no breaks. You can't go and take no hiatus in this truth. You have to be constant, because we are on the hot seat. And when the children come for bread, you have to have bread to give them. Meaning that every time somebody visits your page, they're not supposed to see videos lacking for a month, for 2 months going. Food, fresh food should be there always.
Let me feed my sheep.
Huh.
Right, just continuing our region on to verse 12 now in Matthew 13. It says, For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. And if I could draw an example, it have like certain catering where the government might give people some for the poor. You understand? And they will go out and give to the poor. But if they're not doing that, you understand, the government will take that contract from that person and give it on to somebody else. So you come like the same thing, like a feeding program there. You understand?
Can't go take the can't mistake.
Well, I'm going to continue that. It's book of Romans 16.
That's a short one. And 12. It says, salute Tryphena and Tryphosa, who labored, who labored in Yahweh. Salute the beloved persist, which labored much in Yahweh. Now, when you look at me with labor, it says to grow weary, tired, exhausted, with toil or burden or grief, to labor with wearisome effort, to toil of bodily labor. See the truth, they had a labor.
The scripture say, labor to enter into this rest. I think Hebrews. Understand? Labor to enter into this rest.
Because you see, if a man work out shall he eat, and that eating gonna come in the kingdom, eat not laboriously.
This is Revelation chapter 3, so verse 1. And the angel of the church of Sardis write, said, write these things, said he that had the seven spirits of power, and the 7 stars. I know thy works, and thou hast a name that thou livest, and art dead. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain, that are ready to die. I have not found thy works perfect.
Say what? Strengthen the things that are ready to die. So we have to strengthen one another. We have a responsibility to strengthen one another. We all in this hot seat. We all in the position of carrying out full responsibility for something important. That's the definition of hot seat. So when you're responsible for something important, then guess what? You're not gonna be in the basically if let's say, like, you know, they're building up a new building, right? They're building up a new building and they have a time schedule. The person that responds, the project manager, he's not gonna hire people just to be on the site. If you realize they're not making sense, then they're gonna tell the flock until it have only people that making sense. So you have to make sense on this team and not just take up space. You can't be satisfied with just going out and just holding up signs. Even if you're too young and among the other men, all you can do is hold up signs. Hey, when it's time to do your videos, make sure you go all out as much as you could to edify the sheep of the Lord. Because you can't go and get the Lord excuses. You can't go and get the Lord excuses about your stewardship. We all are in the hot seat, not just the apostles, elders, and camp leaders. We are all in the hot seat. That's all. Right.
It says, be watchful and strengthen the things which remain, that are ready to die, for I have not found thy works perfect before power. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. Therefore thou shalt not watch. Salah. It says, if therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come unto thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I come upon thee.
Can't, because you're not taking up your stewardship, seriously. Even by studying, going through scripture, going through prophecies, that is being zealous for your stewardship. So when you realize that when the time, guess what? As Jeremiah said, your words will aim like a burning flame. You will go out and preach, you will do videos. Because the Lord bring revelation unto you. But you have a duty to teach. You have a duty to edify. Whether it be whether you're an apostle, an elder, or camp leader, or just a brother 6 months in the truth. You have a duty to teach. Don't just put all the burden on the older men. Give me one with Moses. You understand? It's not just about the older men. Everybody had a responsibility.
The Most High, Yahweh Shai come and tell us for the precious fruits that you flow. So everybody have a duty, to look after the Most High garden, to prune and to, water to nurture the Most High precious plant.
Hey, the scriptures say we are all as lively stones. So we have to be lively in this truth. Well,
In the book of Exodus chapter 18, and I read at verse 14. Start 13. It says, and it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of the Most High. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one another. And I do make them know the statutes of the Most High and his laws. Verse 17. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, The thing that thou doest is not good.
Yeah, it's not good. Mean that what body burden can't be on one man. So let's say you're in a camp, all the burden can't be on the camp leader. So that is why the Lord gave the camp leader members, so that the burden will be spread out throughout the men. So you can't say, well, you see something that needs to be done, and you say, well, I'm not the camp leader, so I wouldn't say anything. Nah, you're being selfish. The reason you're in the camp is to make a purpose within the camp. It's to help the camp go forward, and not just to be in a boat with 100 rows or 100 or let's say in a boat and it has 100 oar and 100 men, but because the captain is there, you only let the captain row. So it have one oar rowing while 99 do nothing, because they say there's the captain. So the captain have to steer the ship now. If the other 99 oars rowing, it will make the ship move easier and faster. So you have to put your hand to the plow.
But if one man doing that, we just come like it, we go way fast.
Exactly. Understand? This is give me Corinthians.
Yeah.
Corinthians 4:1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, Let a man so account of us as of the ministry of Mashiach, and steward of the ministry of power. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful.
That's a what?
That a man be found faithful.
That a man be found faithful. Hast thou faith, have it to thyself before Yahweh. Faith cometh by works. Show me thy faith, and I will show you my faith through works. So, for you to be faithful, if you're faithful, then you will do the work. And you will do the work not for face value, but for the love of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and for the rising up of the elect, the waking up of the elect. You're doing it because Psalms 40:8, because you delight to do the Lord's will. So as you being a steward, as a man responsible for the house of the Lord, you will do this thing faithfully. That's something? Go ahead. I think you have something. Go ahead.
Isaiah 49:6, it says, And he said, It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to rise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth.
Understand that thou shalt be my salvation. So the word of salvation, we bring it across to the elect. So by them believing, as the scripture says, one planted a water, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushai did increase. So how will the men get increase if you not water it? This is Acts chapter 20, verse 20. And how I kept back nothing that was profitable unto you. So if you're not doing the works, if you're not going out and preaching, not doing videos, you're keeping back what is profitable unto the sheep. But have showed you and have taught you publicly and from house to house. Jumping on to verse 26. Wherefore I take you to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. You have to be, can you count yourself pure from the blood of all men? For I have not shunned to declare unto you the counsel of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You have not shunned to disclose the counsel of the Lord unto the men that sign and crime. How are you're not shunning to declare the counsel by you, the Spirit revealing to you a lesson to do, and you, because of laziness, not wanting to do it. Choosing to do other things than not doing it. By you doing that, you're not thinking that you're in the hot seat, because you're thinking that the apostles did doing the works already, so the Lord will remember me in the multitude of all his creatures. Guess what? The scripture said the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Behold all the works of man. The Lord see what you're doing. You understand? So you have to be faithful. You understand? Can't. Somebody hold Romans 14, 11 to 12. Yeah, you read that, sir.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Right.
There's Ecclesiasticus 1:7. It says, for a bishop, Titus 1:7, it says, for a bishop must be blameless as the steward of power.
As the what?
As the steward of power.
As the steward of the Most High, you have to be the steward of the Lord. You're responsible for the house. You are responsible for the house, so therefore you are in the hot seat. Because guess what? If let's say a father has 4 sons, all of them are a year apart. Obviously the eldest is the one that's in charge. The father said, eldest, you in charge, make sure the house stays in order until I come back. The eldest did all that he could to make sure that he could do so that the house stayed in order. The second eldest, he made mess, but then after realized that this is not his father's will. So then he started to do as the elder, trying to make sure that he kept the house in order. But the 2 youngest said, you know what? The 2 eldest already doing it, so they don't have to do anything. They could just go about making mess. Now when the father comes home, he gonna come to the eldest. And the eldest gonna say, you know what, I did all that I could do, but I could only do so because they wouldn't listen. And the second eldest gonna say the same thing. I did all I could do, but the rest wouldn't listen. So now when they go to the 2 youngest, we think the 2 youngest can tell him. They can't say nothing. They're gonna be ashamed. Because they should have listened. And not because you are the youngest means that your duty is to be insolent and insubordinate and lazy. Your duty also is to make the job of the eldest easy. And the Lord is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, so shall he reap. So no, if you, the Lord know when you make the job of the eldest hard. And therefore he will reward you with the unbelievers. He will reward you accordingly. Because you also in the hot seat. And you also gonna get your ass whooped.
I could say the scripture say, what profit is there if one build it and another pull it down? Roughly paraphrasing, so we all in this to work together.
Some quick and anyway. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 16. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid on me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not this gospel. Woe is unto me if I don't do my part in this stewardship. And being in the hot seat, the Lord will deal with me if I don't do my part. And that is the mindset every man should be in, because we are all in this together. We are all sitting on the hot seat because the Lord, Yahweh, Shemar, Shai. Anybody read Romans 14, 11 to 12?
I said that.
Right, somebody will hold that over there after Hawal. We are all accountable. Work out your own salvation with what? With fear and trembling. Howard, you go first and then Lamar, you go after.
There is the book of 2 Chronicles 19, and I will start from 4. It says, and Jehoshaphat dwelt at Jerusalem, and he went out against the people from Beersheba to Mount Ephraim, and brought them back unto Yahweh, power of their fathers. And he set judges in the land throughout all the fenced city of Judah, city by city, and said to the judges, take heed that ye do, for ye judge not for man, but for Yahweh, who is with you in the judgment.
Come, understand? Do you judge for the Most High? You're not judging for yourself. You're judging for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Understand? But you're judging also to receive salvation. So do this thing like you want to be saved. Go ahead, Laban.
1 Corinthians 14, verse 11 and 12. For it is written, as I live, said the Lord power, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to the Most High. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to the Most High. Yahweh.
Give me Romans and they will read.
I know Romans 14, 11 and 12.
What Romans you want?
Romans 14, 11 to 12.
Yes, I know.
Alright.
Are you not read?
Yeah.
Slack, my bad, slack.